Hello, welcome to another episode of Creative Ish. I'm Ariana.
And I'm Kelly.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing marvelous.
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 Why are you doing marvelous?
Because I'm excited. It's a Saturday. Well, it's not going to be a Saturday when you guys listen to this episode. Or maybe it is. But yeah, I'm just happy. It's the weekend. I'm relaxed. I drank a nice cashew milk iced latte this morning, so I'm feeling buzzing.
Today's lattes were really good.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm buzzing.
They were better. That's great. That's great. I am doing very well as well. I just feel really excited. We recently did something really exciting.
Something big. Very, very big.
Should we say right now?
You can say it if you want.
Okay. Well, I know that in the perfectionism episode we talked about
We talked badly.
about procrastinating, but this is different. We're investing in some consulting with someone that we really, really admire.
Yeah.
And we are really excited. This is the first time that we're getting one-on-one consulting on
like
this
coaching.
level, because we have done like group coaching programs and stuff, but never like one-on-one. So this is some high-level shit right here, and I'm nervous, I'm excited, but I feel like this is going to be kind of like a stepping stone to our next level, you know?
I am so excited. And you know what? Sometimes you feel a little scared to take those jumps in business about, investing a big chunk of change.
A big chunk of change.
But honestly, this time it was just like, let's just do it. And I felt so relaxed.
It felt easy.
It felt so easy, and I feel like the universe was just pushing us toward that direction. And yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, there were so many signs because we were on a Zoom call with her. She was doing like a little master class, and she was selling, and Kelly said, wow, this is literally everything we need. This sounds really good. Like, we should really invest in this.
Yeah.
My budget is X amount. Like, this is how much I'm willing to pay for this, the max. And literally that was the exact number.
Yeah. That was crazy. Because honestly, I thought it was going to be a lot more expensive. But I was so excited. And yeah, I was like, if this is it, then I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to jump right in. And this year we haven't really invested in ourselves. And I thought we weren't going to invest in ourselves because I felt like there wasn't anything that was like calling us towards, investing. But I feel like it's something that's so important to, continue your education. And I know that in the procrastination episode, we were saying that we weren't.
But this is different because in the perfectionism we said we would invest in something that is more high level. So that's what we're doing. It is scary because, there's a lot of people that are talking about the economy and inflation and all that.
Recession.
We are a little scared, but we recently listened to an episode with Ed Milet and Dean Graziosi about how to thrive in an economic winter, I believe. Mm-hmm. And that episode was really inspiring. They were talking about, in times like these, a lot of people freeze. Yeah. And that's the mindset that we were in, like freezing our spending, just like in a saving mode, which is a responsible thing to do. And we're always going to be good savers.
Yeah, I consider ourselves good savers. Like, I don't feel like we spend on frivolous things, and we're not like big spender in things unless it's something related to the business. And you know what? It's tax free. So good. Like, the U.S. government incentivizes businesses to spend their money. So it's like, this is a tax write-off.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But I think this is us not staying that freeze mentality.
Yeah.
And it's just going to push us to take a lot more action and just have an accountability person that can really take a look at our business and help us get shit moving.
Yeah, because it's something that it's different from other things we've learned. Like it's something completely different. It's related to the podcast medium. She's not exactly going to be like our podcast coach, but it's basically going to be like a PR. She's part of a PR agency, so
She has her own. Should we say who this person is?
let's say it. Let's say it.
Her name is Scout Sobel. You might
We
know
love
her
her.
if you listen to the OK Sis podcast, one of my favorite podcasts. She also has her own podcast, The Emotional Entrepreneur, which is more about business and feelings as a business owner. But we love her. She is one of our expanders, and now she's going to be consulting with us.
Yeah, she's going to be our coach. I can't believe it. Like, I genuinely can't believe it because Scout has been in our ear for like so long. Like, we've been listening to her stuff for a while now. And yeah, we love the podcast medium. And yeah, she's just such a smart woman and such a successful entrepreneur. And I'm excited what we can learn from her. We want to get on her radar. You know, we want to be part of her network.
So basically what she does, her agency, she gets women as guests on podcasts. So she can either get guests on your podcast, or if you want to do like a PR podcast store, they can also handle that for you. And she also does like business coaching as well.
Yeah, so basically what we're going to be working with her on is ways that we can maximize our business, visibilize our business, and then basically to get our brand out there. I feel like we've been struggling so much with trying to keep up with the Instagram and TikTok train. And, you know, podcasting and PR could really help our business to thrive and also to build our network. Like, we're really interested in building connections with other business owners from other industries or the same industry. So I'm really excited about that.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. It's a big step for us, but I feel like it's the correct step and I feel like it will pay off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that when something feels easy, you know that it's the right decision to make.
Yeah, it felt so easy and I feel like we both really prioritize educating ourselves and investing in ourselves. Like, for example, we were listening to a podcast episode with the owner of the Mayfair Group, and she was saying that it's difficult for her to like spend money on like educational stuff, but like on clothing and all that stuff, like it's easy, even though it might be the same quantity. And I feel the total opposite. Like, we were listening to this podcast episode on the way to the mall because we have like a birthday coming up and we needed to buy like a new outfit, and I just like buying clothes is something that I can't do.
Kelly at the mall. It's an experience, guys. She just doesn't like it one bit.
My anxiety goes through the roof. I don't like it. If anyone can relate, please contact me and we can build a support group. I just don't like going to the mall.
Yeah.
Like, I only think I like buying clothes at Everlane because I feel like everything fits me well. I don't know.
Is fast fashion. Lately, everything is so trendy and so like Y2K and stuff. It just doesn't look flattering sometimes.
Yeah.
So we don't really love buying fast fashion, but since we have this event that is literally Y2K themed, we're like, oh, what do we do right now?
Yeah, because we have nothing Y2K in our closets. Like, we usually just wear neutrals and just trousers and jeans. Like, our clothing is simple.
We don't really try with our clothing that much because we just stay in all the time. So if we do buy clothing, we like it to be like ethical.
Yeah, we want it to feel like
and
good quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday at the mall, I was just, you know, touching the fabrics and stuff, and it just didn't feel right, you know. I don't know. It's just I used to be such a big fast fashion hater back in the day. Like right now, I'm more of in a gray area. Like I still don't try to buy it as much, but still, there's a moral dilemma inside me.
No, it's obviously still very ingrained in us. We were very much advocates for the documentary, the True Cost documentary. If you still haven't watched that documentary, please watch it. It's still so relevant. Fast fashion sucks.
Yeah, fast fashion, no bueno.
No bueno on an environmental level. The people that make the clothes are miserable, usually.
Yeah. So anyway, let's move on to
Let's
today's
move on.
topic.
A lighter topic. So today we wanted to talk about having expanders in your life. Let's define the word expanders first. I first heard this word on the Lacey
Lacey
Phillips
Phillips.
podcast, To Be Magnetic. An expander is basically someone that can show you what is possible. Basically,
Someone that expands you guys.
expands your view of possibility.
Yeah, expands your visions, your dreams.
Yeah.
Makes you believe what's possible in the world for you. So yeah, something that we hear a lot and you probably have heard before is you are the sum of the 5 people you hang out most with. And I highly believe that also applies to people you follow and see and hear from online. Obviously, it has to.
We are highly influenced by the people that we have on our social media. So it's very important for us that we have positive people on there, people that show us the type of life that we want to have in the future. And yeah, people that...
And show us that it's possible.
Exactly. So take a look at who you're following.
Yeah, expand your circle, because sometimes if you stay in that little bubble, you think that the only things that are possible to you are the things that are around you. So get out of that and start following some people you admire and that inspire you. In turn, you will expand into the best version of yourself.
Yes, sir. So we have a little list of people we think you should check out and give them a follow. Check them out. So who do you like following?
Who
on
do
social media?
we like following?
Mm-hmm.
Because we love them, both of us. So number 1
In no particular order, by the way.
Okay, no particular
There
order.
are no favorites here. We love them all.
I feel like there are favorites, but okay, I'll go along with that line.
Oh, okay.
I
Share your
won't say
favorites.
who's my... Okay, I will say who's my favorite. My favorite, as I said in the first episode, is this little guy who's called Ali Abdal. I love that guy. He's just the best. His name is Ali Abdal, and basically I've been following him for like 2 years now. He has the Deep Dive podcast that we mentioned in the first episode. He has, his YouTube channel. And yeah, he just basically, he's like a guy who studied medicine, and he basically became like a multi-millionaire out of YouTube, just doing his videos, and he feels so relatable. He feels approachable. He just makes me believe that anything is possible, and also makes me feel smarter, because he's like in that productivity space. Like, thanks to him, I've been able to like create a second brain and create a productivity system. And also, like, he does like book clubs, so I've been able to learn from so many books, even though I haven't read them. But he does such good book summaries, and so I've gotten so many insights from that. And yeah, he's influenced me a lot to buy some books as well. And he's just influenced me to basically, I don't know how this is going to sound, but basically optimize my life to the fullest extent, or try to do it, and how to get more focused. He's just a great guy all around, and I highly recommend you guys check him out. His YouTube channel is phenomenal. I just love him.
I love him too. He's so great. And I just like that he's just a chill guy. He always inspires me when I need to get a really long task done. I put his work with me videos.
Those are so good.
He has videos that are like 2 hours long and that are Pomodoro sessions, which is basically like 25 minutes of deep work and then 5-minute breaks. And then there are like intervals of 5-minute breaks throughout the video. And they're really good. I see him working and it works. It works
It
on me.
motivates me.
Yeah.
No shame. Sometimes you just need a little more motivation to do the work you have to do. So we love him in this podcast. Our second person expander that we love is called Erin May Henry.
Erin!
Our favorite Aussie from Australia, mate.
Yeah, Erin May Henry. We found her on YouTube as well. And wow, she has had one of the best glow ups in my internet circle. Like, wow. She has just turned into such a vibey person. Just so fun to follow. She's just like so different. So she's like a business coach and she also has membership. She also has courses on just running a business and growing a social media presence.
Yeah, and also I feel like from Erin, we've really learned a lot about confidence. Like she's just such a confident gal. Like she does dance parties like on her Instagram. She has such good energy.
The best energy in my Instagram probably.
Yeah.
She's just like not afraid to show herself as she is.
She's so genuine. Like I just feel it that she's such a genuine person.
Yeah.
And we were part of her membership. It was at the beginning of our business, but she still continues to influence us with her YouTube channel. We love her YouTube videos and her Instagram is just so nice. Such good energy.
Yeah. And she also talks about productivity in a way that I really like. And it's basically that, productivity is not a bad word. And we should all like focus on optimizing our productivity because at the end of the day, all that we want is more freedom. And that's what productivity brings to your life: more freedom, more space to do the things that you love if you are efficient with your time and how you do things.
Yeah. Rewind, Taliabda. He also says a lot about that, and he also talks about the journey, not the destination. So how to enjoy your journey towards working towards your goals, which is something that I really do love. So yeah. And who else can we talk about? We can talk about Chris Do. We also love him. He's the founder, CEO of The Future Academy.
The Future in general. I think they have the Future Academy and then they have the Future YouTube channel, which is basically like where I grew up, just watching their videos, and that's how I got started as a graphic designer. Wow. Yeah. Chris Do was like the OG guy for me in just like knowing how to be a good designer and how to run a successful like creative agency.
Yeah, and I just love him because he's so wise.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's like
he's badass.
He's badass. He, you can tell that he reads so many books. He just knows so many quotes. And it's like, that's the type of person I aspire to be. Yeah. So I just love that he puts, so much content out there. He has like his team. So I really love like The Future in general, but he's just so smart, and I just love the way he communicates like his knowledge and the tips he has to share. They're so good.
Yeah, so from him, I really liked when we were starting the business, he has like videos on sales calls.
Oh, yes.
What's that called? Like role play, like sales calls role play, where he has another person with him and they act out like from client to designer. And wow, he really is really good at that. And I learn a lot from those videos.
So we love Christo basically for like his business knowledge. His YouTube channel is fire. I just love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Yeah, for specifically more like brand designers, web designers,
Or
more
creatives also.
and creatives in general.
I feel like a lot of creative service providers could benefit from a lot of his videos.
Listening to him.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next person that I want to mention on here is Shannon from the Social Bungalow. We love like having her on Instagram. That's basically the main place where I interact with her content. So she is very much business content all around, but she goes in depth into like more specific details like about funnels and KPIs, just like really niche down business stuff.
Yeah.
For also like service providers mostly and creatives.
Yeah, there's like no fluff. I feel like with her, it's no fluff, no BS. She just gives you the good stuff on her Instagram and even better stuff in her program. I just love her.
Yeah, so we have her binge-worthy bundle. It's called like a course.
Yeah, we
Not-
bought it years ago.
Yeah.
But it's,
And she recently updated it.
yeah, so we were binging that, and it was so good. It was so good.
And it was so good. It's about Instagram and
And
just
making
like-
content.
how to make content easier and more fun.
Yeah, which is something that we struggle with a lot. So I feel like Shannon is that expander in that area of our life, like creating content, like doing quality content, resonating with your audience. I feel like she's a big inspiration in that area of our business. Anytime we're, trying to come up with content or something, like we'll try to check out her course or anything for some inspiration or ideas that she might have. Like she has so many templates and so much stuff. It's so
She
good.
just boosts out so much content. She's like, well, she has a big team also.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's great.
She does like pump out so much content, and it's good content. Like it's just quality and quantity.
Yeah, Shannon, go check her out. Who's next for you?
I also really like Vanessa Lau. Vanessa Lau is a YouTuber. We haven't like paid anything of hers, but her YouTube channel is really good. It's about content too. We just love listening to her. Very similarly to Shannon, she's an expander in like social media in our business. Like she's a big inspiration for like making more content and doing the stuff, doing the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she really inspires us in that
She
way.
also has really good energy. Like watching her
Yeah.
videos just like boosts your energy.
Yeah, it boosts your energy, and also something about her is that she is vulnerable. Like she does show like a different side of her, and I feel like that makes her really approachable, and she does show like her vulnerability and her
Yeah.
struggles as a business owner, and when she doesn't like maybe make the right decision in the business and maybe loses
Yeah,
money.
she's been super open about mistakes that she's made when she's in the lows of her business, when she's not getting as many sales. And she has the best tips, in my opinion. Like her Instagram threads are great. She always posts like quotes and stuff, tips. Just really nice girl.
Yeah. So yeah, who's next for you?
This girl that I recently followed on TikTok. And I feel like she is just a different type of expander because she feels so like we have a lot in common. Her name is Andrea Casanova on TikTok. She is Latinapreneur. Yeah, so we have a lot in common because she's also very young. So we're close in age. She is also a Latina, and I just feel like I really vibe with her energy. She has a great podcast. It's called Ella es Too Much, and I just really like her. I've seen like she shares openly her story about how she came to the US with basically no money, and she literally just is now working with celebrity clients. And I just really admire her. I see how a magnetic person she is, and I love her.
She just has a great vibe, and I feel like with the podcast, it's really where we've been able to connect with her, having her in our ear. Like listening to her podcast, I feel like we've seen another side of, because her TikTok videos are very, like typical TikTok videos, and I feel like sometimes with TikTok videos you don't really get to know a person. And I feel like with the podcast we've just gotten to know her vibe, and she's just a great expander because, as Ari said, she's Latina, she's living in LA, she's living the dream, and she's just a big expander in our life right now.
Yeah, really like her. And she also has offerings about, we haven't invested, but she's on my wish list. She has a membership where it's like accountability for social media.
Exactly.
Basically. And I feel like I really need that because probably that is the place where I struggle the most in business. Oh, it's a whole topic and we can do a whole episode on that.
Yeah, social media is something that we do struggle with, like since we started the business, and even with our other business, like it's just we just want to do a good job.
There's so many things, like sometimes I feel like I struggle to connect with the people that follow me on there, or like I don't know how to create that connection, or sometimes I change my mind constantly on how I want to show up. Like, oh, I want to be like more agency style, or oh, I want it to be like more us, personal brandish. Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud here, but
And that's totally fine. And we've also been thinking of hiring somebody else in the social media team. Well, we don't have a team, but we want to create a social media team. So genuinely, if there is someone out there that feels like would be a good fit for us, send us your resume at hello@ariastudio.co, and we'll be sure to look into it. Like, and I'm not even joking here. We really do want a social media manager or somebody that can, help us create content, be there to record us and stuff. Just a third hand.
So if you're in the Puerto Rico area, I think that would be best.
Yeah.
Someone that we can see face to face weekly, that can have ideas for like video content or content all around, not just Instagram, TikTok, and everything else.
If you have Adobe experience, that would be a huge bonus.
But we're just getting into it. We hadn't even talked about this, but
no, we didn't. We didn't talk about this beforehand, but I'm just telling the audience. If anyone is interested, we want to listen from you,
We want to hear from you.
We want to hear from you. English is not my first language. Don't hate. So our next expander is James Wetmore. He's the host of the Mind Your Business podcast, and we've invested with him in his course, Business by Design. He is an amazing man. We love him. And his podcast is so, so, so valuable. He also talks about business in a non-businessy way. I don't know how to explain
I think his intro is like mixing the woo-woo with business.
Yeah, something like that. Like, I feel like we bought his course after 1 year of listening to him. And his course is also like jam-packed with information. And even his free resources are so, so good. And yeah, we've been following him for like 2 years also.
Yeah. Something that I really like about James is that he really gives it his all, even with like his freebies on his website. So that's how I've started with him. Like, his freebie is what some people would charge for like a full-on course.
Like, it's a course for free.
I think it's called Your First 100 Leads. And yeah, he talks about how your service is not the thing that your people want. Your service is basically the vehicle that will get them from point A to point B. And I feel like once I started to understand that, it it helped me rephrase my messaging a lot. So James has really helped us understand a lot of things about business. He has like 10 plus years of experience so on building an online business specifically. And yeah,
He's earned like $10 million.
yeah. Yeah, he's just like, if you get into his community, you'll get the energy, specifically if you're like in the course, which is like, to even call it a course, I feel like it's an understatement because he does so much. He even has like a 3-day live event. This year it was virtual because of COVID, but he usually does it live.
Yeah,
in person.
hopefully we get to see him live
Yeah.
sometime when this whole COVID thing is over.
Yeah. Something that we really like to remind ourselves from him is having integrity. So this is the way that he started his program, Business by Design. It was like a really inspirational, motivational video about integrity. And just when you say something, do it. And when you promise to yourself that you're going to do something, like have integrity and show up for yourself. He also talks about sometimes you're not going to feel like super inspired or super motivated to show up consistently on your business. And that's fine. Like, we all have different levels of energy week by week. But it's about showing up and having that discipline. And yeah, he's just like, he motivates us, you know?
Yeah, he's just very motivational. And like right now, I can see the Business by Design affirmation deck. You know, like he's such a cool guy.
Yeah, like the program came with 2 books. They're like, one is a manual.
Yeah, books from the program.
And the other one is a swipe file where he has like hundreds of examples on websites, copy, ads. And it came also with an affirmation deck, which we love.
Which was like, what? That is so brand aligned. If you don't know us, like, we love affirmations. Like, I can't wait to do an affirmations episode where we talk all about our favorite affirmations and our tools. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, we just love James, and he's a big expander in our business. And I highly recommend you check him out, especially his podcast.
Yes.
So yeah, now we can move on to our current favorites.
Yeah, talking about affirmations, I can mention this app that I recently downloaded. It's called the Think Up app, and it's for recording affirmations, and then you can listen to them before you fall asleep.
Yeah, it has been so nice. Like, sometimes Adi puts it for the both of us, and it's like, listening to affirmations while we sleep.
Yeah, so there's a lot of science behind you recording your own affirmations, because like I would use other people's affirmations, but there is like a science behind you listening to your own voice, saying stuff that you might feel like right now you don't completely believe about yourself, something that you're trying to work on, for example, like confidence or money beliefs, whatever it is that you're working through. Like, hearing yourself in affirm that that is possible for you can really like reprogram your brain. And especially in that moment where you're like about to fall asleep, that is like a moment where your subconscious really can take in that information and reprogram it. I don't know the full science, but that's what I've heard.
Yeah, it's also nice to just fall asleep listening to affirmations. And also, we've been trying to fix our night routine because we sometimes just get in bed and start watching Love Island, just stay until late, and that's not very healthy for your sleep and for your sleep routine. Yeah, we've also been listening to brown noise, which is so soothing. I don't know what the difference is between white noise, but we heard JC and Chelsea talk about it in the What We Said podcast, and it sounded good. And well, now we're listening to it on Spotify.
Yeah, just search brown noise before you fall asleep. Also, the Think Up app has like background music for your affirmations. Forgot to mention that. So it makes it like a lot better, a lot more cinematic.
Cinematic in your ears.
Just
Yeah.
sounds like professional, you know?
Professional, like you recorded it in a studio. or
Exactly.
something.
You have any other favorites?
Yeah, I have one more favorite, and that is Megan Trainor. I am loving Megan talk.
Megan Trainor has been such a splendid surprise. Like, who would have thought that she was so funny and
She's
just,
so
like,
funny.
yeah. I think the first, obviously she's been all over TikTok with Chris Olsen. If you're not on TikTok, I'm really sorry, but this is gonna get niche. But like her and Chris Olsen have this thing where like now they collaborate on TikTok and they're just so funny. And especially like if you listen to her podcast, you can get like
Yeah.
get to know her better, and she's just so funny. I listened to her podcast with Brittany Broski. Love her too, by the way. One of my favorite internet people. That episode was so funny.
So funny. Like her podcast is funny all around. Her podcast is called Working on It. And yeah, it's just like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like she's again in my radar, and like, what? This woman is actually really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And she's young. She's like, what, 28, right?
Something like that.
And she's like in a relationship with Daryl. I don't remember
She's
his
like
last
in a
name.
relationship. They're married.
She's married with Daryl. I don't know his last name.
Daryl Savara. He
Okay.
played Junie in Spy Kids.
I was going to say that, but okay. The Spy Kids kids, you know. So it's so funny. I don't know. I just
Yeah.
find it really funny. And they have like a little kid. And it's just such a happy family. So
she
cute.
feels wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she-
sometimes we go into these holes with specific people on the internet that make like wholesome content,
Yeah.
and
It
they
just
feel
makes
like
you
our
feel all the
moms.
fuzzies. Makes me feel fuzzy. Makes me feel content.
You
and
know who else
happy.
gives me this exact vibe?
Who?
Elsa's Wholesome Life. Ellie
Elsa.
Watson. I love her too. I feel like
So
when I
cute.
watch her vlogs, I'm like part of that family. You know? I know you have someone that you feel like that as well.
My person that I feel like I'm part of her family is called Ellen Fisher. But you know, she just has this nice Hawaii life, a garden, like 5 children. They go to the river, to the beach. Just feels so
They're all
nice.
homeschooled.
They're all homeschooled. It just feels like like a breath of fresh air. It just feels I feel calm watching
Yeah.
it. Whenever I get like I don't know, sad, I just watch one of her videos and it just lifts me up. Makes
Yeah,
me
it's
think
just
that everything's
relaxing.
gonna be okay.
All right. Well, I think those are some of our internet favorites. Of course, there are plenty more in our radar that we couldn't mention today, but stay tuned. We always have good recommendations for you guys. And yeah, just remember to be aware of who you're following, what they're influencing you with.
Yeah, if you enjoyed this podcast, please share it with a friend and let us know if you liked it over on Instagram. And yeah,
Yeah, this podcast is also on YouTube. If you didn't know, we
Yeah.
are making videos for the podcast. If that is something that you like to do, like put a YouTube video while you work, you can
while
watch us
you
over there.
clean on your Sunday cleaning, Sunday reset, you can just pop us on the TV. I hope you enjoyed this podcast and thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
See you in the next one. Bye.